Welcome, everyone. Grab a notepad because today we're diving right into a complete, step-by-step explainer on building your business in the Peach State. Whether you're launching a flashy tech startup in Atlanta or opening a cozy local bakery in Savannah, the foundation you lay right now is absolutely going to define your success tomorrow.
Want to be a successful entrepreneur in Georgia? If you're nodding your head right now, you are exactly where you need to be. Setting up a foolproof Georgia Limited Liability Company, or LLC, is literally the ultimate first step. It is highly accessible, incredibly empowering, and it's your absolute best tool for protecting your personal assets, shielding your future, and taking total control over your brand new enterprise. Okay, let's look at our roadmap. First, why a Georgia LLC? Second, naming and registered agents. Third, filing your articles of organization. Fourth, the operating agreement. Fifth, EINs and compliance. And finally, resources and next steps.
So part 1, why a Georgia LLC? Let's look at the advantages of the Peach State.
Let's be real, choosing Georgia is a brilliant move because it is just incredibly business-friendly. First up, an LLC gives you personal liability protection. That means your house, your personal savings, they are legally walled off from your business debts. It's a massive safety net. And the taxes? Oh, they're great. Georgia offers pass-through taxation, so the LLC itself doesn't pay federal income tax. The profits just flow right onto your personal tax return. Plus, Georgia taxes that income at a flat 4.99% rate. Add in the fact that standard LLCs here don't pay any franchise tax or net worth tax, and you've got a seriously efficient financial setup for growth.
Moving right along to part 2, naming and registered agents. Time to set that foundation. Every great business needs a unique identity and a reliable physical anchor. Your very first action is picking a name. Step 1, run your dream name through the Georgia Secretary of State's business search to make sure it's completely distinguishable from any other business out there. Step 2, you've got to tack on a proper suffix, like LLC or Limited Liability Company. Step 3, steer clear of restricted words like bank or insurance, unless you actually have special state authorization. And finally, Step 4, if you nail down the perfect name but just aren't quite ready to file your paperwork, you can reserve it. For a quick $25, the state locks that name down for you exclusively for 30 days.
Now, every single Georgia LLC legally needs a registered agent. So what exactly is that? Basically, it's an individual or an authorized business entity with a physical street address right there in Georgia. Their main job is just to be available during regular business hours to receive official, legal mail, tax notices, and service a process, which is just formal notice if you ever get sued. And heads up, you absolutely cannot use a P.O. box or a virtual mailbox for this role. It has to be a real street address.
You definitely have a choice to make here. You can be your own registered agent. But if you go that route as an individual, your personal home address goes on the permanent public record. Yikes, right? Plus, you risk missing a crucial legal notice if you take a vacation or step out for lunch, and you could literally get served a lawsuit right in front of your family or clients. Compare that to a commercial service, like harbor compliance, for example. Hiring a professional keeps your private address totally off the public registry, guarantees someone is always there during business hours, and they'll digitally scan your vital documents the same day so you never miss a deadline.
All right, part 3, filing articles of organization. Let's make it official.
This is the big, pivotal moment. This is exactly when your business legally springs into existence through the Secretary of State. The base filing fee to submit your articles of organization by mail is $110, but honestly, doing it online through the Georgia eCorp system is highly recommended. It's way faster, and it actually breaks down to a $100 filing fee plus a $5 service charge, making it just $105 total. That is incredibly cost-effective to set up a corporate shield. So once you submit that paperwork, how long does it take? Standard online processing usually takes about 7 business days. But hey, if you're in a rush to sign a lease or secure funding, Georgia has expedited options. You can pay an extra $230 to get it done in 2 days, or an extra $385 for same-day processing. There's even a crazy 1-hour processing option available for paper filings, but brace yourself, because that one will cost you an additional $1,310.
Next up, part 4, the operating agreement. This is your internal rulebook. Here's the thing, Georgia law does not strictly demand that you file an operating agreement with the state, but running your business without one, that is a massive, unnecessary risk. If you don't write your own custom agreement, your LLC just defaults to rigid state laws. Let me give you an example. Under Georgia default law, profits and losses are split equally among all members, completely regardless of who put in the most cash. If you invest 90% of the money and your partner puts in 10%, the state still says you split profits 50-50. No way, right?
But with a custom operating agreement, you override all that. You can dictate that profits are distributed based on actual ownership percentage. You can shift from having every member manage things to appointing a specific manager. And you can set custom rules for what happens if an owner wants to sell or leave, rather than requiring unanimous consent for every little thing. So, the bottom line, write an operating agreement. It prevents nasty disputes and protects your investment.
Part 5. EINs and ongoing compliance. How to stay in good standing.
Okay, your LLC is officially formed, but now we need to plug it into the federal and state matrix to keep everything strictly compliant. First up, you need an EIN, an employer identification number. Think of this as a social security number for your business. You absolutely have to have this 9-digit tax ID to open a business bank account, file your federal taxes, and run payroll. And the best part? It is 100% free directly from the IRS website, and it just takes a few minutes. Seriously, do not pay a third party to do this simple step for you.
Now, back to the state level. To keep your LLC in good standing, you have to do an annual check-in, which includes paying a mandatory $60 Georgia annual registration fee.
Let's look at the timeline for that compliance lifecycle. The window to file your annual registration opens up on January 1st every single year. Your absolute hard deadline to submit that $60 and update any changes to your address or your agent is April 1st. If you miss that April 1st cutoff, boom, the state immediately slaps a $25 late fee on your account. And listen to this, if you ignore this requirement for 2 consecutive years, the state will initiate an administrative dissolution. They will forcibly shut down your LLC, completely revoking your liability protection. So definitely put that April 1st deadline on your calendar.
Finally, Part 6. Resources and next steps. Let's get you plugged into Georgia.
Your LLC is formed, your rules are set, your tax IDs are ready to go. Let's guide you toward the practical tools you need to thrive. Here are your actionable next steps. Number 1, march that new EIN and your articles of organization right down to the bank and open a dedicated business checking account. You have to keep your finances strictly separated. Number 2, if you're selling goods, get registered with the Georgia Department of Revenue on their tax center website to handle sales and use tax. Number 3, check with your local city or county for specific local business licenses or zoning permits. And number 4, this is a big one that catches so many people off guard. Register with the Georgia Department of Labor. A lot of businesses in Georgia are liable for unemployment insurance taxes even before they officially hire their first employee. Getting ahead of this ensures you won't face penalties down the road.
Just a quick disclaimer before we wrap up. This explainer serves as a general guide. Taking all this foundational knowledge directly to a legal or financial professional is the absolute best way to ensure total security and get personalized advice tailored to your unique industry and situation. We've covered the why, the how, and the rules of the road for the Peach State. You now have the exact roadmap you need to build a fully compliant, legally protected business entity. So, I want to leave you with one final, vital question. What will your Georgia LLC achieve? The tools are right in front of you, the state's economic environment is totally primed for growth, and your journey starts today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.